Nerd Rage Renegades.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most mellow podcast you'll hear all week, as Chief and I's voices have been steadily leaving us.
I'm kind of down almost to Barry White level. I'm getting down low.
I've been still trying to kick this fucking sickness I've had for like a week, and then my leg decided to act up again. I've talked about I've been having problems with my leg lately. It started acting up again, and today of all days, when I have a big job interview, my leg decides to go fucking upside down, fucking shit, so I'm hobbling to get to my interview and shit.
Well, it went
But
well,
I think I
so
did well.
Yeah.
I think I did good. We'll see. It could be more money. And then Chief and I will be dancing on the ceiling. We were talking about a little Lionel Richie before the show.
Yeah.
You know what else I noticed? I got to ask this question.
Hit me.
Is Rock the Casbah like the international song of peace? Because it seems like I could turn to like 7 different radio stations, okay? And at one point or another, all of them play Rock the Casbah.
The Clash has that effect on people,
Yeah.
I guess.
Like classic rock stations, pop stations, mixed stations, all of them play Rock the Casbah.
A popular band.
Rock the Casbah. The thing is, though, whenever I hear that, somehow I only see like when it gets to the chorus where it's like Rock the Casbah, rock. All I can think of is like Muppet dancing. Just like throwing your arms out to one side and then swinging them to the other. Muppets were the original dabbers. Muppets, if you ever watched the way the Muppets danced, they dabbed before anybody else would dab. The Muppets were the original dabbers.
Jim Henson saw the future.
He did. Chief, I just saw Spacewife's post on this. I thought I would let you comment it. I haven't watched it yet. About this movie Veronica that's out there that everybody says is so scary. It's so scary, Chief. People can't finish this movie. It's so scary.
I watched it and it's pretty good. I'm not gonna. It's a pretty good horror movie. It's a subtitled, so if you don't like subtitles, you're gonna hate it. But I mean, I don't mind subtitles sometimes. Depends. It depends. I think horror, anime, stuff like that. I can deal with it if I have to. But like some dry drama, I'm not gonna read.
You're not gonna watch Windy City in subtitles.
No, but it's pretty good. It's kind of psychological and weird and supernatural, and I really liked it. But that review is ridiculous. That it's killing people. You know what I mean?
Right.
They said people are dying of fear. They're like, no, they're not. It's not that scary.
No.
It's a pretty good horror movie though. I liked it, but it's not. Don't believe the hype that you're gonna die watching it.
I mentioned Windy City, and somehow I don't know what we would get out of it. I don't think we could get anything out of it. Maybe we could. But that's a movie I would love to do commentary on, is Windy City, a 1980s melodrama.
Oh, God. I don't know if I can handle watching that.
Come on, man. Saul. We got to do it for Saul, Chief. We got to do it for Saul. And the reason why it came up in my mind is last night. So last night I was laying in bed, and I was just, like, dying because of the pain in my leg. And somehow Brad's voice just soothes me to sleep. And it's that review that always I'll put it on, and it will just let me just like doze off into dreamland, is the review of Windy City. And now I kind of want to do Windy City.
I kind of do the opposite. The last, I don't know how long, probably 2 weeks, the thing I put on when I go to sleep, and my wife hates this, is I listen to H.P. Lovecraft books on tape on YouTube. And it's just like this creepy elder god shit, like playing all night long while he's sleeping. It does. It puts me right out. Like I'll go right out listening. I mean, I love it. I've read most of that shit, like hard copy. Read it
Just
myself, but
curl up in the tentacles of Cthulhu and let him rock you to sleep, Chief.
yeah, all the main uh, big chunks of the Cthulhu mythos stuff I've already read, but I just put them on to like listen to in the background or whatever. And those guys reading it are always these like British guys that are like really proper, like reading is like a really proper reading of it, and it just puts me right out.
You know they're like reading it in like a room with like a couple candles lit, and they've got like a like tons of bookshelves behind them, and they're at this old like cedar desk, and they're wearing like a 4-piece suit as they read it.
From a huge dusty leather bound copy of
And
Lovecraft stories.
the candle they're reading it by is on top of a skull. It's like been melted on top of a skull.
Brown Jenkins is there on the desk.
Oh man. So I've made it to Calamity Ganon in Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, the final
Right.
boss of the game. I have
How many hours? Do you know how many hours you logged on it? How long did it take?
no, I don't know. I'll tell you this:
Does it have a timer? Does it time you at all?
yeah, I can look at the like my save data and see how long I've played. I'll just say the two hardest levels so far that I've done is the Camel Divine Beast, which is in the desert, Gerudo Desert, and then Hyrule Castle, because you have to find your way to get to the sanctuary of Hyrule Castle, and there's many different ways you can go about it. But Hyrule Castle, there's so many like corridors and stuff that you can explore, and then taking out all the guardian machines that could like kill you and like things like that. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. But I'm not. I've decided I'm gonna leave Ganon where he is right now because there's still so much of that map I haven't explored yet. I want to go out and explore some more and find all the goodies before I take down the.
Oh, there was a point in the Dark Knight games I like to just explore around too, like that, just screw around, not necessarily get to everything right away. Because I like to just fly around Gotham like as Batman and just beat up street criminals. that's one of the fun parts of the game.
Definitely, and that's why I'm absolutely loving it. I haven't played much this weekend because I was sick Friday, and then they're like, "Oh, you got to work on Saturday," and then they're like, "Oh, well, you also have to work on Sunday," and I'm like, "Motherfuckers," you know. I will say I did get to go. I did get to go where I was working. It was the town where my grandmother lives. That has the pizzeria I've been eating at since I was like 5 years old. So I did stop and get a good pizza from them.
Mm.
And now I'm craving it again. It's like, damn it, when am I gonna get back down there again? Because I'm craving that fucking pizza. So that was good. Interview today, which went fantastic.
The best pizza I ever ate in my whole life, oddly enough, I ate in I think it was Atlanta, Georgia. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and me and my wife, well, I think we were married then, I think. But we were heading to Florida, and we stopped in Georgia, and we ordered pizza from someplace. And man, I don't know if it was just because I was on the road for like 18 hours, but it was the best pizza I ever ate in my life. And it was just this local place down there, and I can't even remember the name of it, and I'll never have it again. But I still say the best pizza in America is down somewhere around Atlanta, Georgia.
And it's great because, like, I opened the box. I had the box on the passenger side seat. You know how you do. You put the box on the passenger side seat so you can just reach over, grab a slice, and drive and eat.
Oh yeah.
So
I can't. My wife won't let me do that.
Well, yeah.
Because she said I'll make a mess all over the car, and I'm not allowed to.
Well, it's my car. I can do whatever the hell I want, But yeah, so I did drip some grease on like my work shirt. Luckily, I was done with like the work days. I could come home and throw it in the washing machine. But it was like, damn, I dripped grease on my shirt. You know what? Fuck it, worth it, worth it, worth every minute of it because I had to fucking deal with this shit. And now it's fucking snowing. It's fucking snowing outside. I mean, it's like accumulating. It's already, yeah. They've already called off. Like they've already called 2-hour delay for schools here.
It's like really nice here. It's like
it's
getting in the 40s.
We're in the middle of sprinter.
It's like tomorrow. I think the rest of the week's supposed to be like 40s, 50s, something like that.
Man. Yeah, it's like I was going to my interview today, and it was raining, but then I started seeing like I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look like rain, and it was snow. So I did the interview, and as I'm coming home, it's just starting snowing even more. And then next thing I know, I sat down in my chair to rest my leg, and I really hate it because it seems like watch after we're done podcasting and I stand up, I'm gonna have to give myself a minute to adjust. It seems like any moment that I give my leg, like I'm not using my leg right now, is when it's like it stiffens up. But if I'm walking on it a bit, it's not as bad. But it's like when I actually let it rest is when it gets fucked up. But I was resting it, and then I look out the window, and it's like complete sheet of white. And I'm like, ah.
I think when that happens, after the snow's gone, and then it comes back that hard, you should get second Christmas. Like you should get the Christmas tree out.
Oh yeah.
Set everything back up. Have another Christmas, because that's bullshit. You gotta break the monotony of the season when it does that.
Yes, we had one winter, but what about second winter?
Exactly. Do it Hobbit style.
11 seasons.
I'll do my winters Hobbit style. Get another Christmas out of it.
So with that little bit of chit chat and stuff of going around the bend here for the first couple of minutes, let's talk about really the only thing I think we really want to talk about right now, and that is last week a movie premiered on digital. It was released. We watched it. And it is the greatest goddamn movie that has ever been put on film. Yeah. It is the greatest, is the single greatest cinematic masterpiece of all time. Better than Citizen Kane. Better than Casablanca. It fucked Gone in the Wind in the ass.
I don't really like any of those movies. I mean, I understand how there are people value them or whatever, but boring to me, really.
It has more emotion than a Cecil B. DeMille film. The Disaster Artist was released on digital, and it is the single greatest bit of film that has ever been created.
It's I really liked it. I don't know about the single greatest film of all time, but
it's the greatest single film of all time because it tells the story. But you know what?
I'd say it's pretty. It's up there. It should have. I think it definitely should have won Best Picture over Shape of Water for sure.
Well, Shape of Water is nothing more than Abe Sapien in love.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't hate it. There's a lot to like about it, but it didn't deserve that. I think Franco's performance in Disaster Artist just blew that movie away. But because it was real predictable. I mean, granted, it looks great. Like all Del Toro movies look fantastic visually. They're beautiful, and the special effects are amazing, and it's great on that aspect. But I thought it was weak as far as the story, and I thought that it was really predictable. Like 10 minutes in, I knew exactly how it was going to end. And I even said it to my wife. I said, watch, this is going to happen. And then beat for beat, exactly what I said was going to happen, all the way to the end.
Meanwhile, you watched The Disaster Artist.
Yeah, I watched Disaster Artist before that. Back to back, basically. I watched both of them back to back. And I'll tell you, Disaster Artist was way better. As just a film, it's way better.
The reason why I say it is the greatest bit of film ever is because it is the story of a man who overcame all adversity and achieved his dream.
It's as amazing a story as Schwarzenegger, I think. Easily.
Achieved the American dream. He achieved the American dream.
We still don't know how he was just loaded wealthy before that.
The stories are, Greg Sestero, who wrote The Disaster Artist, he said there's theories and stories of how Tommy made his money, but they've never been confirmed nor denied.
Here's my theory is that he is some sort of Eastern European royalty, and the family's just kind of given him his inheritance and let him go off into the world and do what he wanted to do, and what he wanted to do was be an American movie star. So he came to America, had all his documents made up that paid everybody off to forget who he was, and he came to America to do this. So he had a bunch of, and the movie, according to the movie, if that's accurate, he spent like $6 million making The Room, like of his own money. I don't know if there was any investors involved. I don't know if anybody saw any investors besides him.